People often limit 5G to low latency and high speeds. But in fact, the real power of 5G lies in that it can enable technologies like digital twins, augmented reality, and the metaverse to fully flourish and to be adopted by the masses with no boundaries. And this innovation platform is actually the fastest scaling connectivity platform we've ever witnessed. Globally, we've just passed 1 billion 5G subscribers. And at the current growth rate, by the time I finish my speed, you will have another 20,000 5G subscribers coming on. And I commit to you, I won't be that long. I will keep within my 20 minutes. And here in Saudi Arabia and in the GCC area, we forecast that 5G subscriptions will grow at an annual rate of 30% for the coming 5 years. Now, let's explore how this technology is going to support the kingdom's digital transformation and even further accelerate and contribute to consumers, industry, and society in a sustainable manner. Now, we all know digital twins are a promise to play a major role in the industries and their quest for productivity, cutting waste, and cost efficiencies. At Ericsson, we are already deploying digital twins in our customers' network. To give you one example, during the recent World Cup, we actually implemented the digital twin technology in one of the stadiums so that we can take learning from one football match to the other. And this digital twin generated optimization and configurations for the network that goes beyond any kind of human intuition or professionalism. So with this type of AI-enabled automatic decision-making, this solution had a great impact on the user experience. If you compare the two biggest football matches that this twin has been modeled, the AI recommendations, in fact, gave us a 60% improvement in network performance, while considering the fact that the number of users increased by 8% and the number of traffic was increasing by almost 15%. To share another example of enterprise digitalization, here in Saudi Arabia, we are also working very closely with our partners on how to explore 5G industrial use. One of those examples is the work we are doing jointly with STC and the Red Sea Gateway Terminal, the port in Jeddah, so we can enable a remote control of cranes and handle the flow of ship to shore through wireless connectivity. When you do this, you of course get higher productivity, speedier management of the containers, more safety for the workers involved, and obviously mobility as you can move the crane, which will be difficult to do if you rely only on fiber technology. Also with 5G, while you get now the required latency down to 15, 20 milliseconds, which is really required to do real-time monitoring and control of these types of cranes. When we look at consumers in Saudi Arabia, we see that 5G is enabling a transition towards an immersive form of communication. Today, you can find maybe around 1,800 models of 5G-enabled devices, but only a very, very little part of it is actually coming up in new format, be it head devices or drones. However, we definitely are working with the ecosystem, and we forecast that within the coming 2 years, you will see complete new type of 5G devices formats. It could be in the format of glasses with the standalone 5G device to ensure that you have full-time communication. And this will enable us to take the big step with consumers to offer them augmented reality services. Now, when we speak about holographic communication, that could be sounding a little bit like science fiction, but that is happening as well. You are most welcome to come and visit our booth at Ericsson, and you will see a demo there of how we are putting a lot of research in compressing the type of video and the media rendering that's required so that we can use that 5G for that last part from the edge cloud to the device and render a superb 3D view of who you're speaking with. Another area which we are pushing the limit with is cloud gaming. Now, there are estimated 32 million cloud gamers globally, and we expect this to grow to almost 90 million in 2 years' time. Now, the advantage of cloud gaming is, of course, you don't need to have massive storage locally with you on your device or on any kind of head-borne device. The main challenge when we work on the mobile side with cloud gaming is the latency, of course. And it's not only a matter of assuring a latency of 40 milliseconds, it's also a matter of getting consistency for the variations of latencies throughout the game. And now with 5G networks, we are able to get down to 20 to 30 milliseconds of latencies, and we keep rolling out new software which will optimize this down to 10 milliseconds of latency. And of course, when you adopt specific network slices in the network, you're able to guarantee this type of user experience for mobile cloud gaming. There's been a lot of discussion about sustainability throughout the Sleep conference, and we see connectivity as really a critical part in order to fight climate change, among other challenges. We know as a global energy leader, Saudi Arabia has already committed to contribute positively to the global fight against climate change. And we are doing this here jointly. Today, again, you can see the work when you visit our partner STC's booth, where we are demonstrating a setup on how a mobile site, which is off-grid and today completely depending on fossil fuel, can actually be managed with pure solar energy. Why? Because we are doing what we call breaking the energy curve, whereby the products we are developing, the active radios, are consuming much less energy than ever before, and hence it becomes more economically viable to run the site with pure solar power. We forecast that with this type of innovation, the diesel consumption on these sites will go by upwards to 80%. We are also working with our partner Mobily here in Saudi in terms of how to recycle expired or discarded electronic devices. So in a way, we can contribute to preserving the environment. Last year, we actually jointly processed 250 metric tons of e-waste here in the kingdom. So this sector is really uniquely positioned to positively impact the sustainable transformation, not only of our industry, but also of all other industries. Our research shows that when it comes to ICT solutions, if they're deployed correctly, they can reduce carbon emissions by upwards of 15% across diverse industries by the end of this decade. So our role is really to empower this change and to use connectivity as an innovation multiplier in resolving the climate crisis. So how do we accelerate this journey, and how do we realize the possibilities in line with Vision 2030? We see 3 core areas. We need to continue the evolution of the network capabilities. We need to leverage the 5G innovation platform to its full potential. And also we need to collaborate cross-sector and cross-border ecosystems. So if I start with the network evolution, we see already technology like digital twins and immersive communication now, they're extremely data hungry. And they really require a platform that can handle ultra-low latency and the high bandwidth. So keep in mind, even if we will, in a couple of years' time, see augmented reality-enabled glasses, the media rendering will be done in the edge, and you will need a wireless medium that will transport all of this, sometimes with a requirement of upwards 60 megabit per second, and an end-to-end network latency of 20 milliseconds. And that's why we see 5G coming in and really making AR, take off. Important that we continue researching on new methodologies on how we can compress and process this type of media rendering. The next area that we want to leverage is how to monetize the 5G networks to its full potential, and how can we expose this to mass-scale developers. At Ericsson, we are very excited to work on establishing what we call the global network platform. This is really based on open interfaces, where we are exposing the network capabilities of 4G and 5G on the core and the access, so we can use APIs to do those more easily and to allow a global developer community to incorporate this in games or entertainment applications, sports, for enterprise networking or manufacturing or transport. Anywhere where you can add value. And give you some visualization. Imagine today when you are trying to log into your bank account, for instance, you get multi-factor identification, right? You get an SMS, you need to remember that 6-digit code, you put it in the field on your web browser. This is one typical API which we're working on that will do all of this work in the background. Another example is that you want to send a very important email, but it has a 25 megabit attachment, and you want your uplink to be boosted. You click a button, you pay a few cents, and suddenly you have incredible dedicated uplink speeds for the coming 30 minutes. So this is a big vision and a big roadmap of execution, and that's why Ericsson did this acquisition of Vonage last year, so we can develop this generation of open interfaces jointly and combine the knowledge that we have on the network and Vonage, history of working with over 1 million developers around the world. So we can support the entire industry and our customers monetize on the 5G investments beyond just subscription plans. And also finally, in order to realize the possibilities of limitless connectivity, we focus a lot on collaboration, and obviously this is the whole theme of LEAP. It is really a partnership between the private sectors, companies between each other, but also academia, government, regulators, and startups. Here in the Kingdom, we have established last year a research and development collaboration with KAUST, the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, and we are focusing very much on the next generation of 5G as well 6G already here. And we involve a lot of exchange of students and researchers between KAUST and Ericsson's own R&D units. And it's really working super well, and we really are very grateful to this collaboration. We are also doing this type of collaboration and exchanging ideas and building talent and competence with our own customers as well. So this is our way to stimulate innovation and to facilitate the exchange of knowledge and competence and ideas across geographies and sectors. So in summary, we see that large-scale 5G deployments are effectively laying down the foundation for relevant services to be created and launched. And as long as the infrastructure is in place, we will then have the right conditions to allow all of these apps to be developed, tested, and deployed, and scaled. Now, we are still in the early days of the 5G journey. We keep saying that, but I'm super confident that in the coming couple of years, we will see also big movements on the consumer side. And at Ericsson, we are very keen to continue to contribute to the ecosystem. We've been here for more than 40 years in the Kingdom, and we've been contributing to the growth of technology and the ecosystem that we see today. So we are very excited to be on this journey together with our partners, with our customers, and we commit to continue innovating in terms of the limitless opportunities that this Kingdom offers and being fully aligned with Vision 2030. Thank you very much.